Good afternoon and welcome to Bobcat Update. I am Shelby Copeland. Today we have stories about how popular seasonal events will be different this year. But first, let's talk about dynamics. That's the Common Experience theme this year. A guest speaker recently addressed the topic. U.S. Olympic gymnast Laurie Hernandez logged in with the Texas State community virtually on Tuesday as part of the Common Experience Insight series. Bobcat Update's Jaden Edison has the story.
With more than 2,000 total viewers present, Laurie Hernandez spoke for an hour with Texas State alumna and Texas Observer staff writer Delia Jones. Hernandez addressed a wide range of topics, including this year's Common Experience theme, dynamics.
What is the safest way for you to catch and continue with your routine, but also to make it look like there was no problem? And it's like, do I need to circle my feet back? But that fraction of a second, that's like kind of that's being dynamic.
After taking the international stage and winning gold in the 2016 Rio Olympics, Hernandez took a hiatus from gymnastics, becoming a winner on Dancing with the Stars, co-authoring a book and co-hosting a television show. Hernandez says the hardest challenge she faced was an investigation into her former coach, which resulted in the coach's suspension. Connecting with the Common Experience Dynamics theme, Hernandez says learning how to address the situation helped her grow.
It's also letting others know, like, this kind of behavior isn't okay, and by doing this and by showing people it's not okay, then we protect kids in the future.
In parting advice, Hernandez encouraged Bobcats to get comfortable with being uncomfortable and speak up when there is injustice, an action she says can make all the difference. For Bobcat Update, I'm Jaden Edison.
Texas State students have been checking out the new Target store in downtown San Marcos. The store, which occupies about 18,000 square feet, is on the first floor of Aspire Apartments at 101 Concho Street. It's stocked with a wide array of items, including groceries, school supplies, and clothes, in a convenient location for students who live on or near campus. The hours of operation are from 10 in the morning until 5 in the afternoon, weekdays and Saturdays, and 1 to 5 on Sundays. Thrift stores are still attracting bargain hunters, but like any business, they have been affected by the pandemic. Baylor Weinheimer did some browsing to find out what's going on.
Thrift stores have fewer customers and more regulations to follow these days, but they're staying afloat thanks to returning customers.
When you're comparing the numbers over last year, I think we were down like 7% of customers through the door, but we were up maybe 30% in sales over last year.
While return customers remain vital to the success of small businesses, health concerns keep some of them from shopping as often.
I love thrift shopping, and I've gone a few times since the pandemic, but I have been concerned about how clean the clothes are.
Despite this common belief, scientists say that it is highly unlikely for viral particles to attach to clothing. For Bobcat Update, I'm Baylor Weinheimer.
San Marcos has many small businesses that are looking for some extra support during the pandemic. To that end, the San Marcos Main Street program is hosting a photo contest called Live Well, Love Local to encourage people to shop locally. Prizes are offered every week. Entering the contest is simple. Those who shop downtown are asked to take a photo of the experience and post it on a Facebook page. The contest ends on October 30th. When the pandemic began, the distillery Deep Eddy Vodka decided to come up with new ways to help the community. Bobcat Update's Aranzazu Beltran explains.
Their plan was to create hand sanitizer and make bandanas for first responders.
We started operating 6 days a week so that we could keep up with demand, and also because we were now making hand sanitizer for first responders and others in need. We've been working more ever since the pandemic began.
The hand sanitizers were distributed by the grocery store chain H-E-B.
So we distributed about 7,000 gallons of hand sanitizer, and that goes a long way. We partnered with H-E-B. We'd make the hand sanitizer in these big tanks, but then we would bottle it in these barrels, 55-gallon barrels, and H-E-B partnered with us that they would pick up our barrels, like they'd come and pick up 30 at a time or 50 at a time, and they'd distribute it to other areas within the state.
Employees at the distillery were pleased they could help.
It felt like it was, it was for a good purpose, helping people trying to, especially with this pandemic going on. I feel like that's something that kind of everyone's, not just us, but a lot of people in the alcohol business decided to step up and, kind of throw their hands on where they could. So.
With supplies restored, the distillery has discontinued manufacturing hand sanitizer. Deep Eddy is again producing vodka exclusively and will open the tasting room soon. For Bobcat Update, I am Aranza Beltran.
Traditionally, the fall season in Central Texas is marked by Oktoberfest gatherings throughout the region. New Braunfels and Fredericksburg are famous for their German heritage celebrations. This year, though, the Wurstfest and Oktoberfest have been canceled to avoid large gatherings during the pandemic. That should not stop anyone from enjoying German music, bratwurst, and steins of beer. In Central Texas, there are places like Banger's and Schultz Garden in Austin, and Alpine House and Krause's in New Braunfels, where the German heritage is celebrated year-round. We'll take a break now, and when we come back, Bobcat Update will tell you what's happening on campus as instructors find novel ways to combat a novel virus. Stay with us. The chemistry department at Texas State has always been a lab-based operation, but working in laboratories during a pandemic can be problematic. Bobcat Update's Tiger Shi tells us how the labs are being handled.
The pandemic has impacted the way courses are taught. There's now a mix of online, hybrid, and face-to-face courses. Labs, where required, are designed to be very hands-on. The faculty and staff in the chemistry department have figured out ways to keep their labs going. They are being extra cautious.
So what we do is we have to rearrange the sections, and half of the students will show up in one section, and then the other half will show up in the following section.
Even with changes to lab procedures, students have to overcome obstacles in their work.
Everyone has to wear masks in addition to their goggles. This fogs up their goggles more often because the hot air from the mask can go into the goggles.
Students taking lab-required courses are stressed enough. In the end, the coronavirus will not stop them from earning class credit. For Bobcat Update, I'm Tiger Shi.
The U.S. Justice Department is suing Google. In a Washington, D.C. federal court, the agency accused the company, which is behind a popular search engine, of several tactics to monopolize internet searches. One of the tactics in question is a deal involving Apple to make Google the default search engine on all iPhones. Critics of the suit, including the company itself, view it as a ploy by the Trump administration to attack information sourcing that it feels is biased. Podcasts in recent years have grown in popularity. Their accessibility allows people to listen anywhere, anytime. And as Bobcat Update's Michaela Amison tells us, the pandemic has heightened interest even more.
A lot of people are talking about a lot of things. Sitting in front of a mic and chatting is pretty easy to do, and to do it well means attracting fans who listen. Data assembled by a website called Podcast Insights shows podcasts have never been more popular than they are now. From discussing unsolved cold cases to gardening, podcasting topics seem unlimited. Maya Barron decided to create a podcast about life after college.
Podcasting is kind of fun and fairly easy, so that's what made me want to start one.
Two college friends created a podcast based on their similar interest. Jake Norrie and Brianne Biorsky co-host Vodka in My Cereal, which they use to discuss actual crime cases while sipping on drinks inspired by the region where the cases occurred.
It's been a journey and it's been really fun, and we've both been progressing together within our podcast.
It's just the sheer fact that literally anybody can do it, and with the ease of how things are going now, they're making it really easy to start a podcast.
The accessibility and diverse range of topics are what make podcasts so popular among all ages, genders, and ethnicities.
But I think podcasts are easier to listen to when you're in the car or while you're cooking or something.
Podcasts are available on music streaming services such as Spotify and Apple Music. According to Podcast Insight, there are 1.5 million podcasts to choose from. For Bobcat Update, I'm Michaela Amison.
Remodeling continues at the building that the Saltgrass Steakhouse abandoned several months ago in San Marcos. Saltgrass moved to the Springtown Center, and Texas State, which owns the property on Sesame Drive, worked out a 10-year lease with Kirby Lane Cafe to set up a restaurant there. Kirby Lane is an Austin-based family-owned chain. This will be its second location outside of Austin and 9th restaurant overall. No date has been set for opening the San Marcos restaurant. The annual Sights and Sounds Christmas event in San Marcos will look a lot different this year due to the pandemic. Bobcat Update's Priscilla Meza has the story.
Every December, the San Marcos community comes together to enjoy a festive time called Sights and Sounds. The holiday event includes a Jingle Bell 5K run and a 1K fun walk. There's also a carnival with an ice skating rink and petting zoo. And the biggest draw of all are the lights. They attract many hundreds of people each night. For the safety of the community members, the Jingle Bell 5K run has been canceled. As far as the other attractions, the Sights and Sounds Boarding Committee are working towards finding an alternative event that will be safe for community members.
So the likelihood of the traditional festival that most folks are used to, it may not be the case, but we're still trying to find an alternative event that we can host for families here in the Central Texas area.
Though there will not be a Jingle Bell 5K run and possibly no carnival this year, organizers say it is still a priority to decorate the park with Christmas lights and decorations.
We're hopeful to at least be able to decorate the park with Christmas lights. That's one of our main goals right now. Funding is a struggle and a challenge that we're trying to secure right now as well. So decorating the park is a priority, decorating downtown is a priority for us.
For more information on what will be happening this year, visit the website sights-n-sounds.org. For Bobcat Update, I'm Priscilla Meza.
We end today's newscast by showing you some of the beauty at a special place in Austin. The Lady Bird Johnson Wildflower Center is hosting its annual fall plant sale, but this year shoppers can expect some changes. The sale is usually scheduled for a single weekend. However, this season the Wildlife Center is spreading it across 9 weekends. Guests are required to reserve a time slot online to help the staff monitor capacity. The Wildflower Center features many plants native to Texas, including succulents, grasses, perennials, wetland plants, shrubs, and trees. The sale occurs each weekend through November 22nd. The fall season in Central Texas is beautiful to behold, and we hope you'll have a chance to enjoy it this weekend. That's all for today's edition of Bobcat Update. I am Shelby Copeland. Thank you for watching.